The East Asian and Pacific Affairs Subcommittee looked at U.S. foreign policy in Asia, examining U.S. engagement with different Asian governments. The U.S. has always supported freedom and individual rights in the region. However, the United States' support for democracy conflicts with the economy and security interests within Asian countries. Senator Jim Webb held a hearing, asking Assistant Secretary Kurt Campbell questions on U.S. concerns within Asian countries, one of them being Burma.
Direct discussions with the authorities in Burma. It's too early to give a report card on that effort, but we recognize that this is a critical period, 2010, with the intention of the government to hold elections at some point later this year.
The establishment of democracy in Asia was the main topic at the hearing. Aung San Suu Kyi is a symbol of freedom and hope for the country of Burma and around the world. Assistant Secretary Kurt Campbell made a trip to Burma recently and met with the lady. Campbell is the highest-ranking American diplomat to visit Myanmar in 14 years to talk about the new policy of engagement within the country. He commented on Aung San Suu Kyi's character.
Very impressive, one of the most impressive, dynamic leaders I've ever had a chance to interact with. I was extremely impressed by her knowledge, by her commitment to her country, by her forbearance and her flexibility.
Senator Jim Webb also commented on Burma and the country's upcoming 2010 elections.
I believe that it would be helpful for future relations if Aung San Suu Kyi were allowed to participate openly in the elections process. I think there's been a lot of positive movement since August, since my visit in August, in terms of giving us the opportunity to encourage a fair election process and greater relations with the United States.
At the East Asian and Pacific Affairs hearing, Senator Jim Webb remarked on how U.S. policies in Asia helped assess U.S. relationship with Asia and the rest of the world. He emphasized how important the U.S. plays in the region, not just economically, but democratically as well.
Is provide a way of reaching out to them, also sometimes giving them a forum in order to come together, discuss common strategies.
Among the panelists were Dr. Robert Sutter and Dr. Robert Herman. Sutter is a professor of Asian Studies at Georgetown University, and Herman is the director of programs at the NGO Freedom House. Both panelists are optimistic that democracy could be established in Asia. They both emphasize the importance of opening societies to let them engage with the outside world.
In democracy promotion and human rights.
Robert Herman says that one way to open up societies is through the internet.
What we've seen around the world, including in Asia, is the internet has enormous opportunities and possibilities for giving citizens a platform and a voice for them to voice their concerns, especially to government, about the lack of basic freedoms.
In order to have a better relationship with Asia, the U.S. says it has to open dialogue in the region. Japan is one country in which the U.S. has successfully democratized, and the U.S. sees great improvement in other countries in terms of human rights and free speech, such as in Thailand. There were positive developments that the U.S. has seen in Asia. Although Burma is one country that is ambivalent about U.S. relations within the country, the relationship between Burma and the U.S. seems hopeful. Voice of America, Kay Lin, Washington, D.C.